The Even Ezra in Parshas Ki Sisa says over a pshat that he says only Rikei Moyach could say. You have to be an empty brain to be able to say this pshat. The problem is that who says this pshat? The Chizkuni, the Das Kenabali, Tosus bring down this pshat, and there are those that even bring it from a Medrosh. There's the Chidah in Nachal Kedumim brings it down from a Medrosh, and in Midrashay Torah it's also brought down. They obviously can't be Rikei Moyach, so we have to discuss this pshat. The pasuk in Parshas Ki Sisa, Perek Lamedal pasuk Ches, it says Vimeher Moshe vayikad Arzah Vayishtachu. Right after the Yud Gimel Midas, Moshe rushed. Vimeher Moshe vayikad Arzah Vayishtachu. So what's the Vimeher Moshe? What was his rush? So Rashi in Chumash says that it's going back on before the Aseres HaDibros, before the Yud Gimel Midas. When it says Vayavar Hashem al panav vayikra, that HaKadosh Baruch Hu came over Moshe Rabbeinu vayikra, and he called him. And at that point, right away, Moshe Rabbeinu was, even before while HaKadosh Baruch Hu was saying the Yud Gimel Midas, right away, since he heard HaKadosh Baruch Hu, once HaKadosh Baruch Hu called him, so Rashi says Kishara Moshe Shechina Iveres, which is Vayavar Hashem al panav v'shama kol akriya, that's Vayikra miad Vayishtachu. So Vayimahar Moshe is that, don't think Moshe Rabbeinu is bowing down here now after the Yud Gimel Midas like when the Torah tells it to us. No, Vayimahar Moshe Rabbeinu right away he bowed down. That's how Rashi and Chumash learns. Let's say the Sephorna and a lot of other Mefarshim say that Vayimahar is going on after Yud Gimel Midas, so Moshe Rabbeinu bowed. So what's the Vayimahar? He was showing an importance that he didn't just bow. He didn't just bow regularly. Vayimahar Moshe. He showed how important it was by Mihiris Tishtachavoya shows the godless. That's the other extreme. So either Rashi says right in the beginning Moshe Rabbeinu bowed, or Moshe Rabbeinu was Vayimahar all the way at the end of the Yud Gimel Midas. And the Gemara in Sanhedrin, Daf Kuf Yud Aleph, and the Medrosh seem to say that Moshe Rabbeinu bowed down in middle of while he heard emes or he heard chesed, different parts of Yud Gimel Midas, Moshe Rabbeinu made a vishtachavoya. So what's the Vayimahar? That in the middle of a word, even before it was over, he right away said Vayimahar. He right away bowed. That's the Vayimahar, like Rashi says right in the beginning, right when HaKadosh Baruch Hu called him. The Sephorna says it wasn't. He didn't do it any quick. It was just he did it when he did it. He did it in a very quick way to show how important, to show the covet for HaKadosh Baruch Hu, and I guess in the Gemara in Sanhedrin and the Medrosh that says that he was Vayimahar was in middle when he heard Chesed or when he heard Emes. So I guess that's the Vayimahar, that he didn't wait until it was finished and he said Vayim and he bowed down right there. But the pshat that Even Ezra says only Rikei Moyach could say is that when Moshe Rabbeinu, at the end of the Yud Gimel Midas, HaKadosh Baruch Hu said that he's going to be poiked ovein avos al banim, al bnei banim, al shileishim v'al ribein. That HaKadosh Baruch Hu he's gonna get paid back. The oynish is going to be spread out on the later generations, on the children, the grandchildren, the great grandchildren, and the great great grandchildren. And when he heard that, so Moshe Rabbeinu was afraid that HaKadosh Baruch Hu was going to go to the chimeshim on the next generation and the next generation. So he interrupted HaKadosh Baruch Hu kilu. Vayimahar Moshe vayikad Arzah Vayishtachu. So by interrupting HaKadosh Baruch Hu, HaKadosh Baruch Hu kaviyachol stopped continuing the generations, and it only stopped by the Rivei. So the Even Ezra says only Rikei Moyach could say that because how could it be that Moshe Rabbeinu would chas v'shalom be mafsik? HaKadosh Baruch Hu would interrupt HaKadosh Baruch Hu in the middle of what he has to say. And also Even Ezra says another kasha. He says that in the Aseres HaDibros it already says Riveim. Why should Moshe Rabbeinu think that it's going to get any worse? So that kasha is a little bit we could easily say that this is now after the because of the Chet Egel. So now and Moshe Rabbeinu maybe felt that there was a chance that Kosh Baruch Hu was going to add more. But I could put him on the main kasha that Even Ezra asks, that how could Kosh Baruch Hu be mafsik? How could Chas v'Shalom Moshe Rabbeinu be mafsik Kosh Baruch Hu and interrupt what Kosh Baruch Hu is saying by this hishtach avoya? And that seems to be the pshat. That's the Vayimahar Moshe. He quickly went to interrupt the Kosh Baruch Hu's words. However, since we find that this pshat is said by Gdolei Olam, by the Chizkuni and the Daskenim, and the Medrosh is brought down in two places. I mean, this Midrash Torah brings down brings down mamash a whole Kshara Moshe Shama Abanon Shleish Val Riveim Choshesh Moshe Penyomer Oid Ala Boyim Achreim Chamishim Riveim Oyosa Lazem Mir VeAsa Kida. He right away was Mir Kadesh Lafsik Dvarav Yisbarach V'Lo Yosef Lanashoid. Okay, so the question is, how do we fan for this pshat? How could it be that Moshe Rabbeinu should do this and Chas v'Shalom be Chas v'Shalom interrupt the words of HaKadosh Baruch Hu? So I want to say like this: the Even Ezra's understanding that Moshe Rabbeinu by doing his hishtach avoya, he intended to distract Kaviyachol and interrupt HaKadosh Baruch Hu's words. That when he's going to make the kiddush, HaKadosh Baruch Hu is going to stop talking, and that's going to end the gzeira of that HaKadosh Baruch Hu was going to continue to the next generation. It was going to go to further than Riveim, and by Kaviyachol distracting and doing something else, that would stop what HaKadosh Baruch Hu was saying, and therefore the gzeira wouldn't continue to the next generation. However, we find that even that Moshe Rabbeinu could do a hishtach hava even while HaKadosh Baruch Hu was talking. Like Rashi, HaKadosh Baruch Hu called him, and while he was talking Hashem Karacham V'Chanun, Moshe Rabbeinu did a hishtach hava as soon as HaKadosh Baruch Hu called him. And like so in Rashi, it's not mochach. We don't have to say it's not mochach that Moshe Rabbeinu was bowing down while HaKadosh Baruch Hu was talking. Maybe HaKadosh Baruch Hu called him, Vayavar Hashem al panav vayikra, and Moshe Rabbeinu bowed, and then Hashem Kel Racham L'chanan happened after that. But then the Torah should have told us then that Moshe Rabbeinu that Moshe Rabbeinu bowed. Vayavar Hashem al panav vayikra, Vayishtachav Moshe, and then HaKadosh Baruch Hu said. But it doesn't say that. So I think the pashtus is that Moshe Rabbeinu was bowing while HaKadosh Baruch Hu was talking. But from the Gemara and the Medrosh, the Gemara in Sanhedrin and the Medrosh in Tehillim that say clearly that Moshe Rabbeinu bowed in middle of the Yud Gimel Midas. So over there we see clearly that HaKadosh Baruch Hu could be talking and Moshe Rabbeinu could bow. It doesn't Kaviyachol distract the HaKadosh Baruch Hu. It's not interrupting the HaKadosh Baruch Hu while he's getting this tremendous experience. He's getting a nevuah from HaKadosh Baruch Hu. That's when he does the hishtach avoya and he's machniah himself to HaKadosh Baruch Hu. That's not a stira. That's not going to stop the nevuah. That's going to continue. The nevuah continued. So what Moshe Rabbeinu? What was he trying to accomplish by doing a hishtach avoya in the middle? We know that a hishtach avoya and a tefillah works, and he could be meratz HaKadosh Baruch Hu. And Moshe Rabbeinu didn't want that first the gzeira should have to happen, that HaKadosh Baruch Hu will be geyser another generation, and then he'll have to try to undo it by hishtach avoyas and tefillas. Moshe Rabbeinu wanted to be mispal like this Medrosh, that this Medrosh and that's brought down by the Nachal Kedumim and the Midrash Torah and the pshat that the Chizkuni and the Daskenim bring down, that Moshe Rabbeinu tried to was Vimaher. He quickly did his kid and his tachavoya at this point because he didn't want HaKadosh Baruch Hu to continue. We can say that he wasn't trying to interrupt HaKadosh Baruch Hu. He was trying to be meratza. He was trying to do a hishtach avoya. He was trying to do a kida find favor in HaKadosh Baruch Hu, that HaKadosh Baruch Hu should not be goyzer the next generation. If HaKadosh Baruch Hu is going to be goyzer the next generation, then it's going to need more tefillas and more ishtailus and more kida to remove a decree that HaKadosh Baruch Hu was already geyser. This way, he'll get it beforehand. So that's what it means that HaKadosh Baruch Hu is not going to be moisif the Einish, but not that Moshe Rabbeinu Chas v'Shalom was trying to interrupt the words of HaKadosh Baruch Hu.